Festival. You are listening to SGFR, podcast radio for the festival. Now broadcasting highlights and top picks, your tasty, tantalizing tease for this coming year.
It occurs to us that one of the best ways of knowing what's going on at this year's and every year's Strange Games Festival is the Discord channel. So it might be worth having a little look at it. Simon, I'm really glad you've joined me here in the interview suite on the Discord channel, which kind of makes this a slightly circular conversation, really, because I'm now going to ask you, in no particular order, what is Discord? What is its relationship to the Strange Games Festival? And what will people find on the amazing channel called Strange Games Festival?
Yeah, it is a tiny bit self-referential, isn't it? But there we go.
Everything we do is slightly self-referential.
All very meta.
Yeah.
Okay, so Discord started as way back a way to chat over voice with friends when you were playing games together. But it's evolved into something bigger now because it's the sort of casual stroke gaming stroke special interest equivalent of Slack or Microsoft Teams or something similar.
Yeah.
So it's a space with lots of channels that you can type in. Those might be things with the festival. We have general chat. We have ways to organise games to play at the actual festival and similar. So primarily it is a way to go and have an interactive chat or a sort of type something in today, somebody will respond later, you'll read it. Way of keeping up with what's going on with the festival. And it's both a way to communicate with the organisers, but also with everyone else who's going. And
yes, I think that is very neatly summed up. And I know as a user of it, it's been really useful leading into the festival. And some of the things that pop up to my mind are channels within it.
It's the festival server with channels.
Yes. And one of the channels within it, just to focus right in, is something called Travel Plans, Lifts, Shares, which was an excellent way of sharing the transport challenge of getting to the festival.
Yes, that's actually an example of, so we can have different types of channel. We can have just text where you type, but there's also the forum channel. Mm-hmm. So Travel Plans and Lift Shares and also our organising games are threaded. So you can post, I'm travelling from Brighton on the Friday lunchtime, yes, and people can reply to you, and it's a sort of single threaded conversation about that. And we use a similar one for organising games. If you want to post, I want to play Twilight Imperium on the Saturday, people can reply to your comment, and you can easily just see replies to that.
What are the highlights? Let's take people through some of the anatomy of the server and its many channels. What would be the best place to start when looking at what is basically a long list of words?
Yeah, so the thing to bear in mind about the Discord is it is evolving. And one of the things we're trying to do is use some of the new functionality that lets us ask you questions or give you the opportunity to answer questions to narrow down the number of channels you're seeing. But primarily, we've broken it into, I suppose, 3 groups. There are the kind of global channels, which is announcements, where we can message everyone to say there's new tickets available or latest update on this. We've got this new thing that's going to be at the festival and so on. So that is a broadcast system. Mm. We've got a general chat, which is just where anyone can talk about anything, hopefully about the festival. And then we have a couple of read-only channels, info and sign up for emails that are just ways to post permanently some information people can easily find. One other useful thing to bear in mind in Discord channels is at the top right, you will have a pinned messages. Looks a bit like one of those plastic drawing pins. And that
Yes.
lets us pin a message to a channel so that it's always there and you can easily read it and get to it.
Yeah.
So aside from those global channels, we then have the festival. So it's channels about being at the festival. And currently we've got things like organising games, which has been very useful. I gave the example, somebody wants to play a game on the Saturday morning, specific game, and they're looking for other people, so they can post there and people can chat and organise when and where to meet and similar.
Yeah.
We've got the travel plans and lift shares, the idea being that anybody who's travelling and has got space in their car or is looking for a lift from somewhere or wants to group up to do a taxi from the station or similar can post there. There's a looking for tickets channel, which is an unofficial way for people who are looking to get tickets where somebody else might not be able to go, and they can do a trade between themselves there. And then we have various others, including the infamous cat spotting channel, which you might remember from last year when Robbie the cat made an appearance.
Yeah.
People made a lot of effort posting photos of him. Then the third sort of section, so we've got the global, the festival channels, which, as I said, will evolve. And then we have various sections that are about specific games or specific types of games. So, for instance, we've got Strange Traitors, which is our Traitors-like game that plays pervasively in the background. If you're wanting to know more about that, you can follow the public channel there, but there's also an in-game channel for people who are actually playing. We've got some general chatter around board games, role-playing, Werewolf, Blood on the Clock Tower, and Mafia. So if you just want to chat about role-playing at the festival or Werewolf, those are the channels you can type in. And then we have the very specific D&D Adventurers League, which is something...
It's new to the festival this year, the league.
It is new to the festival this year, rather exciting.
Yeah.
But we've got some channels specifically for people to arrange, particularly GMs, of how things are going to run. It's worth looking at the Discord in terms of it has three phases. Pre-festival, which is where people are just using it to chat and sometimes to make arrangements. During the festival, where it has a specific role and announcements will be quite important and people organising games. And then post-festival for people to keep in touch and think about the next one.
There is a little section at the bottom as well, isn't there, about the festival radio?
Oh, I forgot the most important one, didn't I?
Well, I'm not sure it's that important. I mean, we're grateful that you're listening, and it does sadly mean you don't have better things to do, but hey, you're welcome. Although it's a little redundant because most people, I think, come in on our YouTube channel or straight from the website. There is a section here, which, who knows, might have stuff going on at some point.
It's worth me pointing out in the Discord at the top, there's an option called Browse Channels.
Oh,
What
yes.
this lets you do, and this will change slightly, is turn off and on the channels you want to see and follow and get alerts for. We will hopefully be changing that soon, and that will actually be the channels and roles it'll change to. And that will have questions like, do you want to know about role-playing at the festival? Do you want to know about board games? And by answering that, it can customize your view.
It is a dynamic little site. Now, for anyone who's never used it before, who has only heard about it here because they've got to this particular broadcast through the website or something that has nothing to do with Discord, how do they get to Discord? What do they have to do? Do they have to download stuff? Are they going to have to donate a pint of blood? How difficult is it?
Just one arm of blood, no more than that. I think we can provide a link on the YouTube channel, but Discord itself, you can either run through the web, so you just go to, I think it is actually discord.com, or you can actually download the client, which is probably the better way to do it, which you can run on desktop or on your phone. And there's a specific link that you can get that will take you to the festival Discord.
Are there any difficulties anyone might hit in trying to get things to work? What are the common setup challenges that people might have?
I think one of the biggest issues is not so much a setup challenge, but it's that you can get a lot of notifications. So we try to set the festival so that the only things you'll get notifications for are direct mentions. So the only time your phone will go bing should be if somebody actually mentions you or if there's an @everyone. But you will often get a lot of new message notifications within Discord for specific channels. And what you can do is click or tap on a channel and choose mute channel, which lets you turn off new message notifications from that channel. So if you have no interest in the role-playing channel, for instance, you could either get to it through browse channels and switch it off, or if you wanted to go and read it occasionally but just didn't want to always get a little tick when there were new messages, you can use mute. It is worth checking when you go into a channel, just noting what the message date was for anything, because you might see something, oh, I want to play this game, and if you're not careful, you might be replying to an old message that's from last year's festival. So it is worth checking dates. There are 2 useful characters that you can add to type something. If you wanted to put a link to a channel, you can type the hash key, and it will pop up a list of channels, and then you can type the first few letters of that channel to match. So if you wanted to say in general chat, oh, you should go and post in the organising games channel, you can type hash and organising, and it'll pop up, and you can put a link in, which is rather useful. But also the @ sign, which lets you either tag a specific individual. So you can tag me @Strange, and it will pre-fill that. But you can also say Laura, who's there and will help with booking spaces and similar. So by using that person will get a notification that you've tagged them.
Yes. There's 3 names that come up when I do a quick search for Laura. You want the Laura that has a little green dot that says the word crew. I think that's the best way of identifying the right Laura, isn't it?
Yes.
And send us some love. In fact, I issue you a challenge. I issue everyone a challenge to @Laura Crew and send her a little love. Go on. Dare you.
Do love that.
Let's do a plug. You don't have to do a plug, but I'm going to offer you the opportunity to do a plug beyond the festival. I'm looking specifically at other Discord channels that people might want to sign up to that have connections to this whole strange, rather fun hobby of playing games.
Well, specifically, we have 3 other Discords which are associated with the Strange Games Festival, of which 2 are very much Brighton based.
Yes.
So one is Brighton Pub Board Gamers,
Mhm.
which is our group that meets 3 times a week, I think, in different locations in Brighton. If you play board games, primarily face-to-face, but we also organise online play through BGA. And the RPG group, which is similar, a Brighton-based role-playing group, which again is online play, but primarily face-to-face these days. And then finally, we have a channel which coincidentally is also called Strange Games, and that's our computer gaming Discord. And that one is not specifically Brighton based at all, but anyone who likes playing multiplayer games together, be it Minecraft or at the moment Project Zomboid seems to be big.
Neatly done. So there's actually a suite of servers out there. Simon, thank you very much.
Thank you, Andy. Good to talk again.
Yeah.
You've been listening to SGFR, the podcast radio channel for the Strange Games Festival.
This season's hosts have been James, Laura, Andy, and Craig.
And if you'd like to come on the show, message us on the festival radio channel on the Strange Games Festival Discord server.